Welcome back to a bonus episode of Bravo Breaking News. I'm Kim, and joining me from Hawaii this week is Lisa Conan.
Hi, everyone. Had to sign on because the show must go on. The Bravo News never sleeps.
If you're obsessed with Housewives, you've come to the right place because today we are breaking down the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion looks and explosive trailer that dropped this week.
Should we start with the looks?
Let's start with the looks, and I want to know who your best dressed was.
Okay. Best dressed, Dorit. I am obsessed with her style. I just think she always looks amazing. I loved the blue color. I loved the hair with the pearls and the chains and the little Chanel pendants. And I just think she looks amazing. Everywhere she goes, she looks like she's, doing a fashion shoot.
So I had the same thought. At first, when I saw it, I was a little unsure what was happening. But then, I don't know, she posted this reel that was so vibey on Instagram.
Pigeonhole, I'm a night owl, it's a different mode. I'ma have to make a paint of 6 on a pinky toe.
And it just made me become obsessed. It was a whole look, everything down to the gems in her hair was perfectly curated, the shoes, and then she had a matching tumbler a la Marisol from Miami that was glitter royal blue. I mean, it was bold. She took a risk and it paid off. I loved it.
Totally paid off. Maybe we should then go back to our least favorite. I don't want to say worst because I think that's just a little too harsh, but our least favorite. Who was yours?
Okay, my least favorite, I have to say, so it's twofold here. Crystal, I think, looks stunning. The color is good on her. The cut flatters her. For a reunion, I feel like you do need to level up a little bit. And I would have loved something a little bit more glam from her. Don't get me wrong, she looks beautiful. But I felt it was a little safe. Who was your worst dressed?
Well, Crystal wasn't my worst, but I feel like in general, it's just not her style to get so glammed up. She just is a more laid back person. But it's like when you're sitting on stage with everyone else who is, all out, you end up just looking a little bit plain. Like you said, I think looks gorgeous, but yeah, she's just falling a little bit flat. But my least favorite, I think, was a tie between Kathy and Erika.
Whoa. I disagree. Go ahead and I will make my counterpoints.
All right. That's what we're here for. So, okay, Erika to me just kind of looks like a broken disco ball. And it was very much like party's over vibes, which maybe that was right for her. But it's like we've seen this look, we've seen the tight, everyone's seemed to have a tight pony, with the big fake extensions and stuff. But it's like we've seen this on Erika so many times and just so overdone. I'm just kind of over it.
I thought that she actually looked great. I think that it is a major step up from last season's look, which was atrocious. That was absolutely horrible.
That was rough.
I thought she looked great. I thought she looked glam. I thought her hair looked great. I thought it was cute and fun. And I think she looks stunning. That's just my thought.
So moving on to Kathy, I just felt like it was very matronly. I know it was custom Oscar de la Renta, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it was doing any favors for her figure. I thought it was very, it just looked like a Sunday, dress that you wear to church or something. I just wanted more.
So I think it suited Kathy perfectly. I think that Kathy, as we know, has a unique style. She's going to wear camo pants and a piece tee to an exclusive VIP club. And so the fact that she had this Barbie core moment, custom made for the reunion. It fit her like a glove. No. Was it like form fitting? No. But the silhouette, I think, was perfect. It was matronly, but she's older, and not all of the women can be like this sexy vixen into their 60s. I think it was.
No, and I totally don't expect that. For me, it was too much like tea party. Like, that's just not my favorite thing. I don't know. It just wasn't doing it for me.
I get it. I get it. It was totally different and not my personal taste, but I thought it worked for her. So let's move on to Kyle.
I actually really liked Kyle's. It was kind of giving like, space, like futuristic vibes. I'm not so sure about like the buckle details here were a little weird because it didn't
A
seem to like
little
attach
weird.
to anything.
It's like she had like a backpack on, like a parachute or something. Like, is she gonna go like skydiving after the reunion? Like, what were those
Maybe it
for?
was maybe in case she needed to get the hell off the stage. It was like she could press a button and a parachute would pop out and pull her up. Um, yeah, but I mean, I liked it. It looks like she's, lightened her hair a little bit and kind of softened her look a little bit. I don't know. I was into it.
I liked it too, except for the buckles. I would lose that, but I think she looked great. I thought her lightened hair looked great. A lot of people were saying she looked like Dorit with the lighter
Mhm.
hair, which I can see. And, they're kind of like, blending into one another almost. But
I can totally see that because when I initially saw the pictures of all of them, I was like, where's Kyle? Like it took me a minute to like pick her out because I think she's contouring her nose a lot more. Like her nose is getting smaller and smaller. um and yeah, her hair is getting a little bit lighter. So at first I didn't recognize her and I can totally see that yeah, she's kind of shape shifting a little bit.
so let's talk about Garcelle. Garcelle like went with this almost like dark gothic moment, which with this like embellished black mini with these thigh high boots. I at first was like a little taken aback, but then I saw some close up shots and I actually think it worked for her. She also shared that this kind of represented her mood the day of the reunion.
Mm,
So it kind of makes sense.
interesting. Yeah, I'm with you. First when I saw the whole look, I was like, I didn't love it. I didn't love the boots paired with that dress. I think she could have done, it would have been better. She went with like a sandal of some sort. But then I think camera wise, having like, you know, the area of focus be up here, I think was very smart. Um, but yeah, overall it was just like, what was the theme, guys?
There
Like
was no theme.
there was nothing, like there was no through line. There was nothing like tying it all together,
Oh no.
not a fabric selection, not a color palette.
No, we have Garcelle in like dark gothic glamour, and then Sutton looking like she's going to like pick flowers from a field in this bright and beautiful kind of eyelet pink number. What did you think of
Mm-hmm.
Sutton's?
That sentence was okay. Again, I think, she tends to choose shifts and um, they can kind of come off a little bit like shapeless, but and just kind of too girly and sweet for me. I don't love her hair that way. I think like, having your hair pulled back so slicked is like it's kind of harsh on you have to have like a certain bone structure to pull that off. And I like it when her hair is a little more down, but like, I thought she was okay. What about you?
Yeah, I wasn't good, wasn't bad. I thought it was good. Her couture looks are never my vibe, but
Hmm.
again, just kind of like with Kathy, like that's hers. She loves these off the runway moments that don't really make sense, in real life, but that's her style and she makes it work. So last but not least, we have Lisa Rinna in yet another Kardashian inspired look.
Oh, was it Kardashian inspired?
So this dress looks very similar to a dress that Khloe wore in Italy for Kourtney's wedding.
Oh, well, maybe she, maybe her good friend Khloe let her borrow it.
It's possible. It's possible in some alternate universe, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's leopard, it's Rinna, like it's kind of her signature. I thought she looked, I think she looks good. She's got a great bod, but like, meh. One thing that we should note is that we did not get outfit photos on set like we always do with reunions. And I think that says a lot about the state of this union, if you
Well,
will.
that's right. So we did not get on-set photos of Rinna, Erika, or Kathy. And that kind of starts to make a little bit more sense when we see the trailer. So the trailer starts off like counting down from the end of the night to basically the beginning of the day. And we see that Kyle is breaking down. She's in tears. She basically needs to leave.
I'm really happy. I don't want to sit here for a toast. Can I leave?
She doesn't want to do the end of reunion cheers. They don't want to take a photo. Like, she's done.
Yeah, she's visibly very upset.
Doug, what do you want to do here? Kyle's a wreck.
Then it kind of rewinds a little bit and takes us back to, 23 minutes earlier.
I need to end up in a better place here with her than when she came.
And 2 hours earlier,
I don't need any drama
with
you know
everybody.
Kathy and Rinna are still arguing. Kathy is saying that Lisa Rinna's a bully.
You are the biggest bully in Hollywood, and everyone knows it.
She drove Lisa Vanderpump off the show.
And you drove Lisa Vanderpump off the show.
Kathy is letting Rinna have it. And it's
Yes.
obviously putting Kyle in a bad position.
But Kathy is standing her ground. She is not going to let Lisa Rinna drive her away like she's driven every other person away. Kathy says, like, Rinna literally fights with everybody.
And the list can go on and on.
That is her MO. And most of the time they just kind of cower or run away. But I don't think that's going to happen this time. Basically, Kathy shares that something that Kyle has been saying this whole time, like, what Rinna's behavior is doing is not doing anything but hurting Kathy and Kyle's relationship at the end of the day.
Look where we are. Look where we are right now.
It's just making things worse between them, which their relationship isn't super strong to begin with.
But don't you think it's kind of unfair that Kathy seems to be punishing Kyle for Rinna's behavior? Kyle can't control what Lisa Rinna does. And so it's like, why is Kyle, to blame? Like, why is it causing a rift between Kathy and Kyle? Couldn't they come together and, be a united front against Rinna? Like, maybe it could bring them closer together. So I do feel like it's kind of unfair for Kathy to, sort of let this come between them.
I agree, but there's so much history between them. I feel like it's like Rinna just keeps opening up this wound, right? Like, it's like that Kathy said these hurtful things about Kyle, that she's apologized and Kyle is ready to move on. But the fact that Rinna like won't let it go is just a constant reminder. And I think it's almost like Kyle can't help but be emotional and upset by it. It's like Rinna keeps reminding her that Kathy said these awful things about her. So how are you going to move forward with that person if every day you're reminded of the shitty things they said about you? It's just like human nature.
But it almost seems like the way the situation is playing out, it almost seems like Kyle was the one who said these awful things about Kathy, when that's not the case. Kathy was the one who said the awful things. Kyle is saying, I'm ready to move on, yet Kathy's the one punishing Kyle by, not seeing her, it seems like she kind of cuts her off. So I just think it's kind of interesting how Kathy is always holding the power. And I think that's, something like you said, that they have a lot of history as sisters, of course, but it makes me, want to kind of think about Kathy's involvement in this whole, in how Kyle's feeling.
I'm so glad Rinna said what we're all thinking. She basically tells Andy, like, put me on pause.
Put me on pause.
And I'm ready for that. I think Rinna like just like Dorinda needs to take a break from this.
Yeah.
Or else I think she's going to need to like go into rehab or something, a mental facility, because she is not well.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Now, I don't think she actually means, like, I think it's one of those things where she wants to break up with someone before they break up with her, you know, just to like kind of save face. But I don't think she wants to go on pause, but I think she knows that it's coming, it's imminent. And so she's like, well, I'm just going to put it out there. You know, it was my idea.
And then Kathy accuses Rinna of saying that this is all because her contract was up.
Baby, you wanted it on camera because your contract was coming up.
That kind of tracks. And, you know, I didn't really know that the contracts were season by season. Maybe Rinna had like a 3 or 5 year contract and it was up. And honestly, she felt the need to really, really drive the drama at the end of the season to kind of keep that afloat. Makes sense to me.
Okay, you're buying into that theory. So in other interesting moments that we get, just kind of rapid fire, we get Erika, you know, Andy saying that Erika gave back the earrings, but is now trying to get them back.
You turned the earrings over.
Yes.
You're trying to get them back, though.
We're on appeal for legal reasons.
And it's like, in the words of John Hams, they were never yours, sweetie.
Give them back.
I know. And then we see, you know, Kathy being confronted with what she supposedly said about Dorit and Crystal.
Lisa said that you said Dorit is a stupid, useless idiot. Crystal and Sutton are pieces of shit.
You know, so we're waiting to see, you know, her response to that.
Yes, can't wait to hear how she responds to that one. And then, of course, we get Rinna saying,
I was abused by Kathy Hilton.
And it's just like Rinna being careless with her words again. Like, that's not something that you can just throw out there. You know, you can't say that holding something in is going to give you cancer.
I'd get sick and get cancer if I didn't express this.
No, like these are serious situations here that she's almost making light of, and it's starting to piss me off.
I agree. So the reunion trailer was explosive. The reunion is going to be, you know, I think even bigger than we even expected. My only question is, are we going to see those Aspen receipts that Lisa was so intent on sharing? We didn't get them in the trailer, and usually we see those moments in the trailer. So that's my only question.
Yeah, I think it was a little bit telling that we didn't even get, you know, a flash of that Aspen receipts folder. My thinking is that it'll have a moment, but it's going to be very small, and Andy probably wasn't impressed with what was in there. So, you know,
as they usually are, housewives.
Exactly.
Take note. Let's leave the receipts at home.
Don't waste the printer paper.
Save your money from Kinko's. Well, that's this week's bonus episode, breaking down the reunion. I cannot wait till next week when we get the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1. I will be
so excited.
I will be in New York for BravoCon reporting live. So I'm going to be filling you guys in on all the best moments. Make sure to stay tuned next week. Lisa and I will be recapping the reunion. You'll get some sneak peeks of BravoCon. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you'll be notified when those go live.
And for all things BravoCon live, make sure to follow Bravo Breaking News on Instagram.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.